Welcome to Lucas Oil on the Edge. This week coming to you from Glen Helen, California for some motorcycle hill climbing. How about David Pingree, Supercross star David Pingree, Travis Whitlock, the Peterson brothers, and Kurt Caselli, all competing, all here today on the Edge.
Hello everybody and welcome to another edition of Lucas Oil on the Edge. This week it's going to be NAHA, the North American Hill Climb Association. We'll be featuring the 450 class here in San Bernardino, California. Talk about wild. These guys have a lot of talent and absolutely zero fear. Of course, the goal is to get to the top of the mountain as quickly as possible and beat all your other competitors as well. Let's send them up one at a time. Horsepower, we've got plenty of it. Now, with more on today's event, let's go down to Gunner.
Hey guys, I'm standing on this course for the 450 Pro Hill Climb event, and I've got to tell you, the riders are already saying this is one of the most technical courses of the circuit. They're going to leave the starting pad, and they've got an uphill double jump, followed by an immediate right-hand corner, leading up to the 6 gates that they're going to have to navigate through. Gate 4 being one of the toughest. It's a 10-foot vertical wall that these guys have to try to ride through to get to the top. Now, the biggest problem is there's no practice. Their first run of the day is the first time they're going to see the track on 2 wheels, and they've got to get back in line and get ready for their second run.
Thanks a lot, Gunnar. Ken Santoni will join me here in the booth. And Ken, I've got to ask you, who finds the course? Who designs these courses?
This course was designed and built by Robbie Peterson himself, the world champion. He came out a week early, he designed it all, he built it all, he put it all together.
Well, speaking of champions, Dusty Beer has certainly won his fair share of events and championships. He is the first one out on this very difficult course, up past gate number 4. Little issue right there, but now back on the throttle hard, trying to keep the front wheel planted. 18.12 seconds, a good run, Ken.
Absolutely. Dusty, being a world champion from years before, puts it all together every time he climbs aboard.
Chad Peterson will be the next competitor coming out of Minnesota. These guys are competing in a number of different classes, right?
Chad is a crossover rider. He's not actually a hill climber. It's his first event, and watch this guy ride. Absolutely incredible.
When you say crossover, what do you mean?
He rides in a different event. He's not a hill climb rider. He rides with the ISDE and does an unbelievable job. He's a world champion rider.
1786, good enough to take the lead. You can see the long swing arm on that, helping get a little wheelbase out of that bike, try and keep the front tire down as they head up the mountain. Brian Peterson is up next, and there's a number of Petersons in the category.
Part of the Team Peterson family. Brian, one of the cousins, and this guy just does an unbelievable job. He's out of Moreno Valley, puts it down, watch him closely. Brings it up through the gates. You see him working his feet all the way up that hill.
Oh! Boy, problems right there, Ken. It looks like 273 feet will be the mark. First of all, they go by time if you can make it all the way up the mountain. If you can't, then, of course, they judge you by where you finish, how far up the mountain you go. Let's go on board here. What a ride. Not a game for the faint of heart, huh? Let's go back down to Gunner.
The 450 Pro Hill Climb class is based on production motorcycles, meaning they've extended the swing arm, they've got minor motor modifications, and they're running race fuel minus the nitro. These engines are putting out about 55 horsepower, but again, this course, it's not about sheer speed, it's really about finesse.
It is about talent, of course, finding the best way up there. We'll bring in another competitor. This is yet another one of the Peterson gang you were talking about before. This would be Robbie.
This is your world champion from 2007 in the Open Exhibition class. He went to France, cleaned their clocks, absolutely destroyed it, won it all and brought it home. Watch this young man ride.
Awesome, man, on the gas, and he is your new leader by a solid 2 seconds. Matter of fact, 2.5 seconds. A spectacular run for Robbie Peterson. Come on back. This On the Edge telecast is brought to you by Lucas Oil Products, made in America, sold to the world. General Tire. And by NOS Energy Drink. Go fast, drink NOS. Once again, we're out here at San Bernardino, California. Ken Stout, Ken Santoni, and Gunner covering all the action here in the 450 Pro category, and up the mountain we go.
James Perry out of Pleasanton, California. This guy puts a number on this Honda, and he makes it work. Absolutely tears that hill apart.
A couple of nice saves there. Got off to the right side of the course just a little bit. Oh, man. 288.4 feet, and that was right there at that gate 4, that 10-foot vertical wall that we heard Gunner speak of. And we know those rear paddles don't give up. Made out of Kevlar and carbon. Right there, he just gets a little too much bite. Of course, the goal to keep some of that weight up over the front tire, and as he lands, big-time wheel stand, and he has to bail out. He'll have round 2, though, Ken.
We got Jason Smith coming out of Farmington, Utah. This young man has held it all. He's probably one of the top riders there is. He's running in the #1 position in the 450 class now.
Big air. Oh, man. It almost sounded like it came out of gear on him, Ken. 280.4 feet, but you could hear him on the throttle. It hit the chip, and whenever it landed, it never spun the tires. It was almost like he bumped that thing out of gear.
It could have bumped out of gear. He could have broken chain. You never know.
Robbie Peterson, still your leader at 15.43 seconds. You've got to go up and over if you want to have a shot at winning here today.
Corey Earhart, one of the strongest riders coming out. He's been riding so hard. He's out of Billings, Montana, and this kid just puts a number on a bike. Makes this cow, he just works hard.
Boy, pulling hard right here. He is struggling, but he's still on it. And he's going to have to bail out as well. And there's that vertical wall that Gunner was talking about again, 269.9. But that's where you need that big wheelbase right there.
Between gate 4 and 5 just seems to be the hard spot of this hill. It's getting real powdery. It's straight up, and they're having a tough time getting through it.
Look at this right there, man. I mean, you've got to have some speed. You've got to try to fly that thing. It is difficult.
Hey guys, I'm right by staging with Kurt Caselli, who's ISDE off-road champion, who's hanging out this weekend for their second year of pro hill climbing, man. Tell us about it.
It's awesome. You know, it's something totally different from what I'm used to doing, and it's good to just come out and hang out with all these guys and just do as good as I can. You know, it's just for fun, so I really enjoy it.
You had a tough time qualifying for some of the fast guys, but you seem pretty confident this morning.
Yeah, I feel good. You know, it's hard. You only get 2 runs, and they got to be perfect. So I'll just give it my best.
Awesome, man. Good luck.
Thank you.
It is a go or stay home, isn't it? Kurt Caselli. I mean, you put it all on the line. You don't have to hold back because you've got 2 cracks at it, and that's it.
And this guy doesn't. He turns it all loose. Look at him in the air. That's what he does. Kurt Caselli, probably one of the wildest riders you'll ever see. He's a world champion.
Boy, kicked that thing sideways his own, but even on the bike, but somehow has managed to keep it going up and over the top. 18.11 seconds. That's good for 3rd place right now. Good lick for him. Stay with us. We'll find out who's going to win. Thanks for joining us here at Lucas Oil on the Edge. Travis Whitlock is next on the block as we're watching the best in the business trying to get up to the top of the mountain here at the hill climb.
Probably the most decorated man in the sport. This guy has won every title that can possibly be won.
Boy, he just roosted the cameraman. You could actually hear the dirt clods hitting the microphone of the camera. In 15.81 seconds, it's good for 2nd place.
About that first run and what it's going to take to get on top for the second.
You know, the first run, you always get your gearing and your length right. In this class, you don't have a lot of time to change nothing, so it's critical to get that gearing and length just right that first time. But, you know, the first run, the hill's a virgin terrain. It's got some pretty big ledges in it. It's challenging. You want to lift into those ledges, and the way the hill's set up, it's really difficult to get the front end up in front of some of those ledges because you're G'ing out in some of them low spots. And, you know, the first one we decided to just jump, then try to lift for them last 2 ledges, but I didn't get, it didn't feel good, perfect, you know. I mean, there's probably a good 2.5 seconds left in that hill on a 450, so hopefully we can turn it around here the second run.
Awesome.
We heard him talking about G'ing out in some of those low spots as we take a look at David Pingree. He's talking about compressing everything on those bikes. All the suspension compressed down, and it's hard to get the front end back up without getting in the throttle.
Pingree, another crossover rider. This guy's on his second year now, been riding with us. Started up in Northern California, moved down to Glen Helen, does a great job. He's an editor with Cycle News.
How about that? A very nice lap. 16:09 will be good for third place as it stands right now. A spectacular run out of David Pingree. Josh Armtrout up next, coming out of Leaderboard, California. Man, on the throttle hard.
Armtrout, a good, strong rider. In his third year of riding, has just been doing a super job. Rides in all three classes and does a great job with all of them.
You know, riding in those bigger classes, the 700s and, of course, the Unlimiteds, it's got to really help him out here on the 450s.
Absolutely, but it's a lot of work on these smaller motors. You got less horsepower to work with, and you got to make the motorcycle do its job.
18:07, good for fourth place right now. Great shot there of Brett Peterson. You can see the gas shock mounted center bike, long swing arm there. Of course, the full riding boot there to protect the ankles. It is a tough sport.
Brett being part of Team Peterson, the younger brother of Robbie Peterson, and this young man does a number. He's national number 6. You see it on that front plate.
He's scrapping with it, man. Still throwing rocks. It looked like that one might have hit the cameraman as well. 22:48 is not going to be the time he was looking for, but he did make it to the top, and he'll be able to have another crack at it in round number 2. Here's a look at the leaderboard right now, and they're all chasing one, Robbie Peterson. Stay with us. When we come back, it'll be round 2.
Robbie Peterson setting that bar high with a 15.4 time in the first round. Travis Whitlock right on his tail, and the other guys have had plenty of chances to look at this hill. Let's see if anybody can catch Robbie in round 2.
Welcome back to OTE. It's time now for our Lucas Oil Product Spotlight.
Like these pro hill climb motorcycles, Lucas Oil's been developing its product line through years of testing and racing. Like Lucas High Performance Motorcycle Oil, it exceeds manufacturer specifications and can outlast other oil up to 4 times on the track or on the street, with lower oil temperatures, longer oil life, with less noise and less leaks. Lucas Oil, made in America, sold to the world.
By the way, that is a spectacular oil. We use it in our road racing car, which utilizes a inline 4-cylinder motorcycle power plant, and it is spectacular stuff. 7 is the number. Dusty Beer, the man on the back.
Out of Columbus, Montana, this guy has held every title they can possibly hold. He's riding with a broken shoulder. And this guy just does, look at him. He does unbelievably on his motor, making it work with that shoulder and the pain that he's in.
Digging hard and a nice run for Dusty Beers. He brings in a time of 16.38 seconds. That'll be good for 4th place. Up next will be Brian Peterson. And as you can see, he went 273 feet up the mountain, did not get to the top.
Brian Peterson, a member of Team Peterson out of Moreno Valley, California. This guy just does an unbelievable job of riding. Watch him work that motorcycle. He brings it all the way up that hill, takes her through 4 and 5. Here he comes to the top.
Oh, spectacular job. 1581, and that's good enough to tie for 2nd place with Travis Whitlock. So the game is on. James Perry up next. He did not make it over the top of the mountain last time either at 288 feet.
Perry out of Pleasanton, California, another good hard rider. I mean, all these guys in this 450 class are nothing but pros, and they work and work and work to make these little bikes work.
Boy, all over the place. Looks like he's running a slalom. Oh, and it throws him right there at the very end. He just had a little further to go. 319.5 feet, so he does better his mark, but that's not what he was looking for, Ken.
No, not at all. Unfortunately, that back wheel came loose. It got sideways, could not regain traction, and that was it.
Right there, steering it back to the left, trying to keep it inside of the gates, and just was not to be. The mountain got the better of him here today. He'll be back. We'll continue on here. Jason Smith, another gentleman looking to get up and over the top of this thing for the first time today.
Never think you're done when Jason Smith has still got a ride to go. He's out of Farmington, Utah, and this young man just does an unbelievable job. He gets airborne, he keeps the bike on the ground, lets her work, and does his job.
Nice big roost out of the back of that one. He does make it up and over. 16:22 is the mark for him, and that will put him in 5th place at the stands right there. Don't go away, ladies. We'll be right back. This On the Edge telecast has been brought to you by Lucas Oil Products, made in America, sold to the world. General Tire. And by NOS Energy Drink. Go fast, drink NOS. Once again, welcome back to San Bernardino, California. Corey Earhart is up next.
Earhart, a hard young rider out of Billings, Montana, and this guy just puts a number down. Look at the air he gets. Just puts her up in the air, puts her right back down, gets to that ledge, and that gets him.
Boy, that was kind of strange. He had a lot of momentum, and he got right there, and it just kind of stepped up and bit him. 211.3 feet. We'll watch it one more time, Ken.
You'll see he lands right flat on the ledge. That back wheel just can't get to working. He loses traction, and that ends it.
Knew he was coming off. It will be well short of the top and well short of his previous round. Kurt Caselli is up next. Last time up and over the top in 18.11 seconds.
Your world champion ISDE rider. He's a crossover rider, just having fun with us out here.
Whoa!
Watch this guy do a job.
He got in a little trouble right there, and it's going to cost him big time. Well short of the top, and of course, will not equal his time there in round number 1 of 18.11 seconds. Nice onboard shot here, Ken, looking down at that front fender, and it's going to get ugly here in a minute.
This can get you almost seasick.
So a tough run there for Kurt Caselli. Travis Whitlock up next. Right now in 2nd place, tied with Brian Peterson at 15.81 seconds.
Travis has studied the hill now. He knows what he did on his first ride. Watch him closely. This guy, the pro of pros. Whitlock puts it right through all the right spots, takes it through the gates right at the right spot, and over the top at 15.74 seconds.
And that is good enough to take over 2nd place by himself, just a little bit better than the previous 15.81. Next up, Mr. Pingree will come out here. That's David out of Temecula, California.
David Pingree's a hot rider. I mean, this guy just really does it all. He rides Supercross, does an unbelievable job when he comes to our hill climbs. As you can see right here, he just does a number on that motor. Makes the 450 do its job.
Oh, and just a little bit short of the top. Was sitting there in 4th place at the 16.09, and unfortunately will not be able to better that mark here in round number 2. Boy, up and over the very tough part there, he made that look easy, but that's the thing about hill climbs. You get over the tough stuff and something easy, well, what appears to be easy to us anyways, is very difficult for everybody, of course. There's just no easy spot out here. All right, Josh Armtrout coming out next, 18.07, his last time out.
Comes out of Livermore, California, and this guy just really does a great job of riding. He's getting better and better in every event that he comes to. On about his 3rd year and just doing a dynamite job. As you can see, Josh landed hard, come down on both tires, bounces off the ground, lost traction, and that cost him.
Boy, he was right there, just about over that ledge. Looked like he might have high-centered the bike. We'll have another look at it. We'll see if he cases it right here. There's Max G's. I mean, it just compressed everything on the suspension. But right here is where he's going to get into trouble. This next ledge, no momentum right there to take a real big run at it. And right there, just kind of cases it, and that was it. All right, here comes Brett Peterson. And Brett Peterson, the first time out, went up and over the top of the mountain in 22.48 seconds out of Yorba Linda, California.
Brad, a part of Team Peterson. This kid has done it all. He's national number 6. You see the plate, watch him ride. This kid can make this motorcycle just do things that's unbelievable.
And that is a spectacular looking run up the mountain, but apparently the judges have seen something we did not see because they're scoring him at 278.9 feet. So he'll have to hang on to the previous run of 22.48. Now we're going to go to Robbie Peterson. Robbie Peterson is our current leader at 15.43 seconds.
And he's your leader because he's the 2007 world champion. This kid put it all together and won the title in the open exhibition class. Watch him in the 450 class.
Man, he is on the gas, 14.67 seconds, and he betters his mark by nearly a second. Travis Whitlock said there's another second and a half left in that mountain, and how about that? Robbie Peterson got the better of that out of it in the second run.
Hey guys, I'm in the pits with 450 Pro Hill Climb winner Robbie Peterson. Robbie, you best your first lap time. That was incredible. Tell us about it.
Yeah, the hill was really technical today, and you had to be real patient and kind of pick your way, because if you tried to go real fast, you were going to make mistakes. And I just was real patient. And I think that's what worked out for me.
It was almost if you were showboating out there, like, okay, I'm just going to give one for the fans, but then you end up having a faster time. I love the jump. You like doubled up the hill.
Yeah, the second round, after you win it, when you got less pressure, you can get out there and ride a little looser and give a little bit for the fans.
There's a reason why you're the world champ, man.
Thank you.
Great run for Robbie Peterson. A great day, I should say. For some other guys, not so much fun. Here's some of the crashes of the day, and these guys take some hard ones. There's only one way down this thing, huh, Ken?
Absolutely. You go up, then you got to bring her down, and coming down sometimes going to be harder than going up.
Tough break for these guys, and there's one of the more spectacular ones, but these things just get so much bite on the back of them. If you don't have things lined up, it'll throw you off, man. It's quite a way to go out and have some fun or make a living for some of these guys.
And they only get 2 shots at the hill. Make it work or take it home.
And you mentioned it before, absolutely no practice. This is roll her out of the box and be ready to ride. Oh. Pretty exciting, to say the least. Hey, make sure you go to newwavetv.com to find out where the Terry's RV and the OTE crew is headed to next. For Gunner and Ken Santoni, I'm Ken Stout. Remember, you're not living unless you're on the edge.